All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Function and Flow. I hope you guys are excited for another wonderful, beautiful day. So real quick, let's cover the premise of what we got going on here, right? The whole idea behind Function and Flow is basically bringing health, wellness to our minds, our bodies, by being able to bring ourselves back to our natural posture, our natural way of being. Posture, basically, once again, we're stacking all the major joints one on top of another, making sure that our head is stuck back at the same time. So basically, we're looking to have our ears over our shoulders over our hips, hips over our knees, knees over our ankles. Now, gravity is literally coming straight down through our whole skeletal system and dispersing down below us. Now, whenever we put a little bend in there, all of a sudden gravity is pushing down, right? So we wonder why we have a sore back, but meanwhile our head is sticking out this direction, 10 to 12 pounds, and that's put a little stress, a little strain on the back line, right? So we're looking to take that away from you. So just release, let go of that stress, that strain by letting you stand a little bit taller, letting you breathe a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and turn out the lights, and then we're going to jump on into things. All right, wonderful. The way that we do start in, and by pulling ourselves up nice and tall, and ahead of time, I would have liked you to have stood up against a door, wall, mirror, something that allowed you to stand up nice, straight, and tall. As you bring yourself back into that position right now, literally feeling gravity coming straight down through your body, take a moment to shake it on out, and allow your limbs to literally set into where they comfortably fit, where they fit right now. Doing that for yourself, we're going to adjust that posture by just fine-tuning it. Pulling yourself up nice and tall, making sure your head's right back over your shoulders. You're going to minutely rock yourself forward and find that place where you just come into balance now. Then you can do the same thing with your head. Forward and back. Find that place where things just feel right. And we're going to start untying those knots, start opening the body up. I'd like you to focus right here at the front of your throat. You can allow your head to come forward and just relax on back. Forward again, just allowing you to pivot right there from your throat, allowing things just to loosen on up. Bring your head straight on up, keeping your chin above level. Let's go ahead and bring your head off to one side, and then the next. Now, as you're doing this, I'd like you to go ahead and make sure that you have a slight bend in your knees. Don't lock your knees on out. Let your shoulders relax on down. There you go. Bring your head straight on up. Once again, focusing there at your throat. Bring your head forward. Rolling easily off to the side, back and around. Now, as we're doing this, I'd like you to breathe in through your nose, deep down into your belly, and breathe out for as long as you comfortably can. As you do so, go in reverse directions with that head, rotating the other way around, letting things just relax more and more, breathing in your body, just letting go. Bring your head straight on up. Once again, reset that posture. Bring your weight literally slightly back onto your heels. Chin comes on up. Your shoulder blades relax down and back because you're taking that tension off that back line. And your pelvis comes in underneath, creating a bit of a seat for you. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Literally just letting them hang there in your back line. Your hands are going to almost magically just float on up to the sides. Your shoulder blades relax down and back. Your fingertips coming to the palms, thumb on up. Your elbows rotate in underneath, turning those hands to the back. Shoulder blades still relaxed. Your hands move away from each other ever so slightly, ever so easily. Remember, do this as you exhale, and that happens easily and naturally. You can go ahead and begin rotating up, back, and around. Now, as you're doing so, those circles may start out small, easy, you may find that they just grow and grow. Now, as you're doing this, once again, I'd like you to use this breath to just kind of grease up the wheels. Let your hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, your hands come floating up in front of you, and you just shake them on out. I'd like you to see how relaxed you can get those hands. Actually, take a finger, nice loop limb. Go ahead and just shake it on out. Notice, it's like a wet noodle, right? Do that with any of them, and let that feeling just continue down your hands, your forearms, down through your elbows, thighs, tries, shoulders, wherever you like. Now, both of those hands being loose and limp, bringing them together. You can just let them just roll their way around. Imagine that. Feel that. How relaxed they can be, and as they do so, those wrists, they just rotate that much easier. It's like they're sitting on ball bearings, just perfectly lubricated. Let's go ahead and reverse directions. Now as you're doing this, I'd like you to go ahead and bring your weight back onto your heels, bring your chin on up, shoulder blades relax down the back, open that chest back on up. Take the weight off of yourself, and then your right elbow just comes floating on up, hands, elbow, and then those hands lower on down. And once again, to come up this time, I'd like you to pause for a moment. Relax your shoulder blades. Literally feel your hands being drawn on up. Maybe a string tied around them, and they just pull those hands higher and higher. Relax those arms, let them hang off of those hands, your shoulder blades as well. Feel your back line relaxing. Your pelvis coming in underneath once again. Now imagine those hands just being lowered and lifted. Those arms just hang off of those hands. The shoulder blades hang off of those arms. And things just get looser and looser, more and more relaxed. Reverse directions. You find that feeling can happen even more so. Remember, keep your weight back on up, chin on up towards the ceiling. Let those hands come in front of you. We're going to go ahead and bring our thumbs, pinkies together. Your thumbs come to your sternum, and with your knuckles up towards the ceiling, you extend your hands straight on out. As you're doing so, bring your attention back to your posture. You can allow yourself to grow a little bit taller. Open yourself on up a little bit more. As you do so, you can bring your weight back onto your heels, a counterbalance, bring your chin on up, eyes on up. Smile. Give yourself to that good stuff. Dopamine. Let's go ahead and extend those palms on out in front of you. You can even add a breath to it if you like. Even now, take a nice breath in through your nose, deep down into your stomach. And as you breathe out, find yourself opening, feeling better and better. Take a nice breath in through your nose, deep down into your stomach, and as you breathe out, your hands just rise on up above you. Take a moment, shift, readjust, let those arms hang. Once again, you can imagine that string just drawing those hands up. Your arms are relaxing, releasing, hanging there. Your shoulder blades as well. Lower back, all that good stuff. Even letting your head relax on back and taking all that weight off of your shoulders. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Wonderful. I'd like you to go ahead and bring yourself down onto your mats on all fours, please. Hands and knees nice and wide apart. So what we're looking to do is to put the body back to source, right? We use our bodies. That's a good thing. We do all kinds of wonderful things throughout our day, throughout a lifetime. At the same time, if we don't clean up our messes, put things back to right, then we're not going to feel right. It's time to do something about that. Now, as you're in this position, you're looking to go ahead and square off your major joints. So your shoulders, your hips, knees, you're looking to get them basically in the same places across from each other, symmetric. As you do so, your shoulders literally open up, and you do that with that breath. You breathe in through your nose. As you breathe out, mouth or nose, it doesn't make a difference. So shoulders literally release and open. You give yourself space, room to move. Same thing with your hips. Breathe on in. As you breathe on out, your hips just relax. Your torso can even hang a bit. With your head hanging all the way down as well. You can go ahead and do that. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, your head just lowers, lets go, releases. 10 to 12 pounds. That's what a human head weighs. Crazy, huh? This hangs there, elongating your spine, allowing you to open up. Feel better and better. With that, you can go ahead and begin rotating your shoulders up towards your ears, back, down, and around. Now while you're doing this, I would love for you to use that breath. You're going to discover, you're going to find out for yourself,
that things just happen so much easier when you do it. You feel better about things. Your body loosens up. You literally release the tensions, the knots, from the physical, mental, from all the things you say, by implementing that breath. As reverse directions with our shoulders, down, back, and around. Take your time. You can even reach out with your hips, your ribs, if you like to. Really getting a sense for how your body feels in this moment. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and take our hands, bring them directly underneath your shoulders. I want you to go ahead and let that head hang down. And then I want you to remember how loose and limp those fingers and hands were just a moment ago. Literally. Imagine being those, even now. Seeing that, feeling that, things just loosening up. It's kind of funny, isn't it? And as you take a nice breath in, breathe out. Allow yourself to rock forward and back. Easily and gently on those hands, those wrists. Just imagine them, just feeling them. Literally that relaxed as they were a moment ago. Why should things change? As a matter of fact, you can use that ending, all that relaxation, to just continue to grow and grow. We're going to begin rotating around a circle. First, you reach out with the shoulder. You open up all through those ribs, just reaching and letting that hip follow in behind. Your hip reaches out to the other side. You open up through those ribs, and that shoulder follows. And you continue. As you do so, let that head hang. Relax, let it go. What was it hanging out there for in the first place, right? Now it's funny, people always say that they need to work hard, they got to go exercise to be able to get more energy. Well, meanwhile, all day long, we're wasting it. Let's go in reverse directions. Reaching out that hip, coming down and through. It's like leaving all the lights on in your house all day and complaining about your electricity bill. We do that same thing ourselves. Let's go ahead and rock back onto your knees. You're going to turn your hands so that your fingers point back towards you. You bring down whatever leverage, not weight, pressure, allows you to move those hands and wrists in different directions. Once again, remember them being loose and limp. You can even stop for a moment. Close your eyes, take a nice breath in. Imagine those loose, limp hands. And as you breathe out, begin moving again. Finding that movement being easier and easier. If it worked then, why not continue to do that? Let's go ahead and rock back onto our heels. Flip your hands over the back side. You can reverse. Support yourself. Remember, I'd like you to modify any place you need to. Make sure you're supported and feel good in any way that is necessary. Take care of yourself. Listen to yourself, please. Bring yourself back onto all fours. Hands directly underneath those shoulders. You go ahead and just let your head relax once again. Let it hang. Feel your spine elongating. Relaxing, releasing down between those shoulder blades, down the length of your spine. And imagine a string tied right there around your mid-back. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, that string literally just lifts your spine on up into cat position. Feel yourself being lifted, rising as you exhale. Stop when you stop. Take a nice breath in. Feel your ribs expand. Feel yourself expand. Blossom, blooming. And as you breathe out, you have a choice. You can rise even higher. Just hang out. Feel good. You can do whatever you want to. You can even walk your hands a little bit closer towards your knees, finding that you can get more extension. You can release that head once again. Let it hang even lower. Feel your spine elongating down through your neck, shoulders, mid-back, lower back. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, you relax down into cow position. You can wipe your hands away from your knees if you want to. Arch your hips. Your chin comes on up. Your head moves away from your tailbone. You relax your torso. Your shoulder blades coming down together. Bring your eyes all the way on up. Literally, you want to look up as high as you can comfortably. It doesn't matter if they're open or closed. You can same effect. And then expand that vision. Use your peripheral vision.
Use that breath. Take a nice breath in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Imagine a ball or a balloon even there. Any color shows up now. As you breathe down into it, feel your hips, stomach, your abdomen releasing as you breathe out. Things just settle. You don't have to hold a position. You can just simply be in a position. This is just simply where you're at right now. As you breathe in and then breathe out, you feel your spine, your back literally lifted back on up towards the ceiling. More and more, easier and easier. Using that exhalation, tying one moment to another. Literally, that breath does that for you. Your hands might walk in towards your knees. You may feel yourself literally just dangling there on the string. Higher and higher. Your back rises and your head just hangs lower and lower. Feel that spine opening up. All that space in between each and every vertebra. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, settle back down into cow position. Your hands walk away from your knees. You arch your hips. Chin comes on up. Head moves away from your tailbone. You settle your torso down and your shoulder blades come together. Your eyes rise. You expand that vision. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, you may even choose to smile. Feel that serotonin, dopamine, as it literally just makes its way down your spine, emanates out to all parts of who you are. Literally, go ahead and do it for yourself, even now. Think about something that makes you happy, makes you feel good. Maybe it's just being able to open yourself up the way that you are right now. And as you do, smile and feel those sensations all the way through you. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves into a neutral position. And then we're going to bring ourselves over onto our backs into foot circles. So bring yourself down onto your back. You're going to go ahead and extend your right leg nice and long. Now what I mean by that is we want to open up that right hip. We want to open up those ribs. If you like to, you can even walk your back up your mat a bit, just to elongate that spine even more so. We're looking to literally create space, physical space in the body, so that you can move easier. If everything's all jumbled up, jammed up together, how can we expect to be pain-free? Your left foot is up there by your bottom, and you're going to push your left foot down into the floor, which literally pushes you up your mat, scooping your pelvis in underneath, bringing your lower back down to the floor. You reach out your hands to either side, and then you're going to roll off to one side, bring your shoulder blade directly underneath your rib cage. Roll off to the other side, bring that other shoulder blade directly underneath your rib cage. And your hands can come down by your hips. Your left knee floats in towards your chest. You reach down, up and around behind that knee. I want you to go ahead and secure that leg. No, it's not going to go anywhere. In a moment, I'm going to have you relax as much as you possibly can. One of the greatest tools that you can have towards your health, your happiness, your well-being. Being able to control your physical, mental, and emotional state. By being able to release, relax, put yourself into a state of, You'd be amazed at what happens. To do so, it's pretty simple. You just got to take a nice breath in through your nose and breathe out for as long as you possibly can. You can do that now. Take a nice breath in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Feel your hips expanding, releasing. And as you breathe out, relax, let go. You can literally feel your body just sinking down into your mat. Hips, lower back, mid-back, shoulders, back of your head. Each and every breath tying one moment into another. That exhalation, stringing it all together. As you find yourself becoming more and more relaxed, each and every breath taking you deeper and deeper. Your left foot just reaches out in front of you, Gives you all that flexibility, all down through your shin, ankle, top of your foot. That foot relaxes. That was pretty cool. I want you to imagine a circle at the end of your foot, about the size of a pizza. You tie your big toe to the outside of it. That circle begins rotating, spinning that foot all on its own. That's pretty cool too. Now the thing is, this happens all the time. There's been plenty of times that you've been sitting there and you look down and you discover that your foot's just moving, doing all kinds of stuff. All kinds of things. It takes us all over the place, and we don't have to do a thing about it. You don't have to tell it what to do. Seems like many times it has a mind of its own, so let it think on its own. Let it do what it does. Reverse directions. It's like driving a car. You never think about the pressure you put on the pedals, right? Let feet know what to do. As they continue to rotate around, making dynamic changes down not only in that foot, ankle, your calf, knee, thigh, hamstring, hip, one thing tied to another. Releasing one knot after another. Your left foot comes down to your bottom. Your right foot comes on up. You extend your left leg, same thing. Nice and long. You're going to look to open up that left hip. Open up your left ribs. You can walk your back up your mat if you'd like to. Opening up that whole spine, that whole back line. Already making wonderful changes for yourself. Your right foot up there by your bottom pushes down into the floor, pushing you up your mat, scooping your pelvis in underneath. You're bringing it into the neutral position. This is what we ultimately want. Your lower back to the floor. Your hands reach out to one side. Rock out to one side, bring that shoulder blade underneath. Roll off to the other side, bring that other shoulder blade underneath. This is where our shoulder blades are literally supposed to be. Down in our back line. Not up around our ears, not wrapped around our chest, but deep down in that back. Notice how the muscles feel, the skin on your back line. It's amazing how much you can loosen, can't it? How much you can relax just by simply putting yourself in your natural position. This is where we're supposed to be. No wonder we feel different when we're in a different position. Our hands come down by our hips. Our right knee floats towards your chest. You reach down, up and around behind that knee. I'd like you to go ahead and make yourself nice and comfortable. You know you're not going to let go of that leg. So just put yourself in a position where you can do so easily and naturally. And once again, I'm going to be having you relax as much as you possibly can. That breath, quickest, surest, easiest way to do it. The longer that you exhale, the more you can relax. It's the moment that you breathe in that the body tenses, tightens, right? You're grasping. You're holding on. That exhalation can bring you relaxation. It can bring you flexibility. Peace. Ease. Sounds like a good thing to me. So I'll try it out. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Feel it literally expanding, relaxing, releasing as you breathe out for as long as you possibly can. Literally feeling muscles just melting, your body sinking down into your mat. And even as you breathe in, you find that you don't build up those tensions, don't accumulate any longer. You relax deeper and deeper. The whole purpose, intent behind this is that as you keep yourself in this wonderful state of relaxation, that you can go through all these movements, all these positions while maintaining that. Finding that you can go even deeper and deeper into them. Feeling more comfortable, healthy, happy. It's when you grasp, when you hold on, when you tighten, when you tense. Well, that's when things are different. Let's see what happens. Take a nice breath in as you breathe out. Let go. Deeper and deeper and deeper. As you enjoy that, your right foot just reaches on out, extends to that shin, calf, ankle. Relax that foot. Keep all that flexibility. Isn't that amazing? Just waiting for you to ask. Imagine that circle. Around the end of your foot, you tie your big toe on up to it, it begins to rotate around.
Either direction, doesn't matter. We get both sides, both ways. That foot can handle it. Because that foot knows what to do, I'd like you to just go ahead and focus your attention on your hips. Relax them. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, your lower back relaxes as well. Your mid-back. Literally feel warmth, healing, light as it makes its way up your back line, up over your shoulder blades, in between them. Wrapping up over the top of your shoulders. Nice squeeze in your neck. Over the back of your head. Your foot reverses direction and that wave of relaxation makes its way up over your scalp, your forehead, your eyes, cheeks, jaw, and smile. Bring your attention right there between your eyebrows. Relax, open, expand. Breathe that much easier. Literally feel your breath as you inhale. Fills your sinuses and then goes directly down into your belly. That ball, that balloon expands, massaging all those internal muscles, organs. You just feel really good. Now as you breathe out, your right foot comes down to your bottom, the left foot comes on up to your bottom, slides on up. Both of your feet push down into the floor, pushing you up your mat. Pelvis comes in underneath, your lower back to the floor. Roll off to one side, you bring your shoulder blade underneath, roll off to the other side, bring that other shoulder blade underneath with your hands reaching out to either side. Take a nice breath in. As you do so, I want you to imagine yourself being a rag doll. Even imagine what you look like, huh? Costume clothes, imagery, your face, your smile. Take another nice breath in. As you breathe out, allow those ragdoll knees to just easily open on up. Your hips the same. It's almost as if you have no bones inside of you. As you do so, you can rock to and fro, allowing those hips to settle. Once again, scoop your pelvis in underneath so that your lower back comes even down to the floor more so. Make sure the shoulder blades are set in underneath. Take a wonderful breath in. Breathe out as long as you can. And you can rock, you can move, you can shift, you can adjust. Your body is going to do it anyway. Why not do the things that allow you to progress even faster? Heal even faster. Open up even faster. Maybe you just focus in on just being that ragdoll. Bring yourself right back to that imagery right now. Literally, put yourself in the place of being a ragdoll. As you do so, you can enjoy that. And I'd like you to imagine a string tied around your left knee. As you do so, with that ragdoll leg, that string just pulls that knee on up towards the ceiling. Gently brings it across and lays it to rest on top of your right leg. I'd like you to go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Shift your hips, shoulders. You can bring your gaze back to your left hand if you like, hands reaching out to either side. Your feet can go back towards your left hand as well. Shift, adjust, make sure you feel good. Exhale as you go through these positions. Throughout all these different moments, tie one into another with that exhalation. It'll make it easier. Even now, take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, release, let go. Breathe out as long as you can. That exhalation is the release. The opportunity to shift into new and more comfortable positions. Ways in which the body can operate at its best. Well, you're able to now. Things always change, right? Sometimes they're better, sometimes they're worse, and that's life. But there's always a constant change. That breath, that exhalation allows you to get there that much quicker. Make those changes that much faster. Release that much more.
Even now, take a nice deep breath in through your nose, deep down into your belly, or wherever's comfortable. And as you breathe out, your knees literally move down away from your head. You extend through your torso, your pelvis, your thighs. Continue to exhale as you bring your gaze more so to your left hand, your feet coming back. If you ever need to breathe in, you can always stop for a moment, relax there, take that breath in, and as you breathe out, then go ahead, shift, move, adjust that much easier. Even now, find yourself open, extended. You may think you're as open, extended as you can, but let's go even deeper. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, release, relax, let go. Let that red dullness be you. Literally. Let's all just sit off to the side, just sitting there. Simply be. And it's that opportunity, this moment, to just simply be. Let your body makes those changes. One vertebrae after another. A hip, a shoulder. You know what it is. At the same time, you can also realize that there's so many other things that are happening inside of you right now that you're not even paying attention to, that you'll never even know about. What's happening to your ingestion? What's happening to all your internal organs as they're opened up in this way? Space given to them. Getting that ragdoll. Feel a string up over that left knee once again, and it gently pulls it on up towards the ceiling, lifting it easily, effortlessly. You can see it floating there. You scoop your pelvis in underneath, bring your lower back to the floor as your knee opens on up back into that frog pose. The string around that right knee just gently lifts it, allowing it to float on up. That's interesting. It's funny even. It gently lays it to rest on top of that left leg. It's cool to just be able to observe and enjoy. Go ahead, move, adjust your hips, shoulders, make yourself comfortable. You can turn your gaze back to your right hand. Your feet come back towards your right hand. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. As you breathe out, release, relax, let go. Now, if you ever forget about that breath, how much that exhalation can assist you. Just remember, every word I say is that release, that exhalation. I'm breathing out. I'm talking a lot. And I'm feeling pretty dang good at the same time. It's another thing I like to share. You don't have to talk, and yet at the same time you have the opportunity to use that breath to its absolute best. Even right now, take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, your knees move down away from your body. You extend through your torso, through your pelvis, thighs. You bring your gaze back to your right hand. Bring your feet back to your right hand as well. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, let go. Sink even deeper. Open up even more. Relax and simply be. Now, anytime that you need to move, modify, this is your body you're talking about. I'm talking about my body. Give you a general impression, ideas, choices, options. But you need to listen to your body. Notice what makes it feel good. That's what does you right. Imagine yourself once again being that rag doll. Even imagine yourself being 10 times more relaxed than you already are. What would that feel like to be 10 times more relaxed right now? Even using that breath, right? Exhale Feel yourself going 10 times deeper. 20 times. Oh. 30 times more relaxed. What's that like for you? Imagine that string tied around your right knee easily lifted on up to the ceiling. No effort at all. And keep your pelvis in underneath, lower back to the floor as you open on up into frog pose. Your left knee follows up and over. Gently comes to rest on top of that right knee. Your knees move down away from your torso. You extend through your torso, pelvis, thighs. You open up across your arms. Now use that exhale. Don't force it. Find yourself relaxing more and more as that left knee floats on up to the ceiling. Pelvis scoops in underneath as you open up into frog pose. Your right knee floats on up, gently coming to rest on top of that left leg. Your body blossoms once again. Take whatever time you need. Continue at your own rate and speed. Be curious about how much more relaxed you can be. Maybe just simply that image of that being that ragdoll is all that you need. One limb here, one limb there. You're still getting all the benefits. You're actually even getting more benefits. Because imagine, just consider how quickly, how easily your body can come into alignment when you are relaxed, when you are open, when you give yourself that opportunity for change. Both of your knees come on up to the ceiling. Push down into the floor, scooping your pelvis in underneath, lower back coming down to the floor. Hands come down by your hips. I'd like you to take a nice deep breath in, through your nose, deep down into your belly. Feel those hips releasing, relaxing as you breathe out, and your knees floating towards your chest. Your hands just float up and over your legs. You give yourself a big old hug. You deserve it. Now, as you continue to exhale, and if you need to, you can always stop for a moment, settle, breathe in. As you breathe out, settle in even deeper. Your back literally melting down into the floor, your shoulders, the back of your head. Your hands just slide in between your knees, just holding onto the outside of your feet. And take another nice breath in. As you breathe out, you just allow yourself to settle back into happy baby, or move any direction that you want to. Your legs moving this way and that, reaching out this way and that. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to think about why you're here. Why did you choose to be here? You took the time, the effort. What got you in the door? Well, you got you to watch this, to enjoy this, to take part in this, to be this. Now, as you do that, you may notice your body moving in different ways. Responding to your thoughts, and that's what it literally does. The things we think about affects us in all manners, all ways. By thinking the thoughts that really matter to you, your body responds in kind. Let's go ahead and bring your feet down to your bottom. You're going to go ahead and extend your right leg. Open up that right hip. Nice and long. You can walk your torso up your mat if you like. Elongate your spine, your ribs, your left foot up there by your bottom. It pushes down into the floor. Scooping your pelvis underneath into that neutral position. Lower back into the floor. You reach your hands out to either side. Roll off to one side. Bring that shoulder blade underneath your torso. Roll off the other side. Bring that shoulder blade underneath the torso. Once again, take a moment to notice where everything is. This is how they're supposed to be. The pieces falling into place. Your hips in neutral, your shoulder blades down and back, your chest open. You can breathe. How much easier. Take a moment to just pay attention to your internal organs. Where they're at right now, how open they are. You think it's easier for them to do what they do and being in this state? Bunched up, crunched up, bent up, crammed up. Never wonder why.
I'd like you to imagine yourself sitting on a dock, a rock, a body of water underneath you, a lake, pond, stream, ocean, even a puddle. You look down at it and you see a reflection in your face. Healthy, happy, feeling absolutely wonderful. Can you imagine what it would look like if you were that rag doll? Feeling even looser right now, 10 times more comfortable, 10 times more relaxed. What would it be like to be 50 times more comfortable? 50 times looser, 50 times more flexible. What would your body be like? What would your breathing be like? What would your thoughts be like? And you, as you notice, maybe just a small portion of that. Now you get to relax that much deeper. Your right leg just reaches on out all on its own and then slowly swings over to your left hand. In that ragdoll fashion. Just moving across. Maybe your big toe just brushes across the surface of that water. That reflection sending ripples of all that health and happiness all throughout your body. As your right foot comes over by that left hand, you can turn your gaze over your right hand. Your right hand, left hand move away from each other. Your body opens, extends. Use that exhalation. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, open up even more. And even relax your body. Let it settle down into the floor. Feel yourself literally melting down into your mat. The ripples are healthy. See them beginning right there at your hip, and they open, expand up to your lumbar, lower back, mid-back, shoulders, neck. Your head can relax. Down the length of your arms, your thigh, hamstring, knee, shin, calf, ankle, top of your foot, down to your very soles. Breathe in. As you breathe out, that right leg extends and then slowly just swings down through. You can just watch that happen. Just let it happen. Just goes and that's it turns on up to your bottom. Take a nice deep breath in as you breathe out. Maybe they're not even so deep. Maybe you find that you need less and less. Your left leg just extends out, reaches out all on its own. You open up that left hip. How often do you really hear me breathing in, huh? I still got plenty to spare. In that ragdoll state, so do you. That left leg just swings over to your right hand. Just watch it happen. It reaches out, brushes the surface, sends those ripples of health and healing emanating out down the length of your body. Continue to exhale. Continue to settle deeper and deeper. Imagine a leaf drop down under the surface of that water. Just drift side, side, settling, becoming stiller and stiller. You can feel that as well. What would it be like to be 10 times more relaxed? That left leg reaches out, opens up that hip, and then slowly swings down through. You can send those ripples out again if you like. Enjoy all those good sensations as that left foot comes up to your bottom. Your right foot extends out. Scoop your pelvis in underneath. Right foot reaches and slowly swings over to that left hand. Hip, thighs, ribs. In that ragdoll state, sounds like they're non-existent. Isn't it interesting how your body can just be so relaxed, move so easily? And at the same time, I'd like you to realize you can allow yourself to do this any time that you want. You can. You don't have to be laying on the floor. You can be standing in line at a store, literally, and feel this good.
Won't that be nice? Both your knees come on up to the ceiling. Push your feet down into the floor. Scoop your pelvis in underneath, or back coming down to the floor. You roll off to one side. Make sure that shoulder blade's underneath. Roll off to the other side. That shoulder blade comes underneath. Hands come down by your hips. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, your knees float in towards your chest. Your hands reach down, up and around. You give yourself another big old hug. Feeling better and better. Looser and looser. Rock, roll, breathe through it all. Your hands just easily slide in between your knees, grabbing the outside of your feet. You can bring yourself back into happy baby or any position you want to. You can simply lie there on your back if you want to. If that's the best thing for you, then I hope you dang well do it. Even now, with things relaxing more and more, your feet come back down to your bottom, hands down your sides. You can rock those knees in towards your chest. So whenever you're ready, you can bring the knees, feet up over your head if you want to. You can assume any position that you want to. Move in any way that you want to. Use that breath. Even now, breathe in as you breathe out. Your shoulders relax. Your upper back, your mid back, lower back. Find yourself able to move that much easier. Find that peace. Find that place. Find that space where you can breathe and relax through all manners of positions. All manners and ways of being. What you choose to be. See, nice breath in as you breathe out. You relax down onto your back. Rolling through it. Use that exhalation. Always breathe out through it. Even now, your legs extend out. Breathing out. Wonderful. You bring your feet back on up to your bottom. Knees up to the ceiling. You push your feet down into the floor, scooping your pelvis in underneath, lower back to the floor. Breathing out as you do all this. Even now, breathe in, breathe out. Your hands reach on out to either side. Roll over, bring your shoulder blade underneath, roll off to the other side, bring that shoulder blade underneath, and gently and easily, your knees and hips roll off to one side, and then the next. We're going to start realigning things. Polishing things off. As you're going side to side, using that exhalation throughout the entire movement. I'm talking, aren't I? That means it's that much easier for you to just walk your hips down your mat and find your spine elongate through that lumbar, lower back, up even in the mid back, even up into your shoulders, your neck, depending upon how you place your body. Now, only move what is acceptable for your body, what is right for your body. Not everybody is the same. Nobody is the same. Let yourself be yourself. Bring your knees straight on up. I want you to imagine yourself in that ragdoll state once again. This will be fun. Being that ragdoll, take a nice breath in through your nose. As you breathe out the entire time, roll over onto your stomach. Easily, naturally. Bring yourself around, keeping your body nice and relaxed, keeping that state of relaxation. Wonderful. Things move that much easier, that much gentler. You bring your forehead onto your hands, and then you can once again begin rocking your hips side to side. Now, as you do so, I'd like you to walk your hips down your mat if you want to, if it feels right for you. What you're doing is opening up those hips, you're opening up that pelvis, that lumbar, that lower back. Literally feel the space you're creating in between each and every one of those vertebrae. You can make your way up into that mid-back if you want, in between those shoulders. Use that breath, always breathing out, your body relaxing more and more. You're literally letting things settle, shift. Go ahead and bring your hands by your ears, your elbows in by your chest. Take a nice breath in as you breathe out, rise into a gentle cobra. Small you can want. Go ahead, roll through those shoulders, bring that chin on up, breathe in that nice fresh air. Let yourself settle back down onto your hands. Once again, take a nice breath in as you breathe out. Rock those hips, walk them on down. Feel your body lengthening, elongating. You're combating gravity right now. Think about all the time it pushes down on you. This is your opportunity to be able to reverse that. Find yourself standing straighter, easier, more comfortably, because you have readjusted yourself, realigned yourself. Bring your hands by your ears, elbow by your chest. You bring yourself back on up into a small throw breath. Taking a wonderful breath in, rolling into those shoulders. You're going to go ahead and scoop your toes in underneath. You're going to press back with your hands, rocking back on your knees, bottom coming down on your heels, coming back into child's pose. Exhale throughout the entire time. If you want to feel good to these, if you want things to be as easy, as gentle as possible, use that exhalation. Even here, you can lift up with your ribs, reach out to the sides, whatever you like. So you want to bring yourself on up into an all-fours position. You let your back rise on up into that cat, relax down into that cow, rolling around through those ribs, those hands, feeling nice, slow, warm, loosened up. Go ahead, scoop your toes in underneath. You're going to bring your chin to your chest, and you're going to keep your chin to your chest. The entire time throughout this next movement, keep your chin to your chest. It will give you so much more relief by doing so. Keeping your chin to your chest, activating your core, feel your hips lifted on up to the ceiling, rising on up into downward dog. Marching it on out, continue that motion. Walking those hips on out. Let's go ahead and put a slight bend in your knees, walking your hands and your feet together. You're going to stand up, stacking one vertebrae on top of another. Going ahead, scooping your pelvis in underneath, one vertebrae on top of another. Bringing that chin on up last. Take a nice breath in. Letting those hands rise on up. Breathe on out. Let those hands come all the way back down to your side. Bring yourself back feeling absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. Go ahead and grab yourself a quick drink of water. We shall continue on. Wonderful. I'd like you to bring your chairs out in front of you. Well, terrific. Now, even before we come down into this position, we want to continue on with that whole theme of relaxation. Literally using that breath, keeping our body in a state of relaxation, going throughout these movements, discovering that we don't have to experience the tightness, the pain, the noise, the grunts. So what I'd like you to do, you're going to have your right foot forward towards the back of the chair, your left foot back. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, bring yourself down into a kneeling position with that right foot forward. You're stacking all the joints once again. You're going to go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath. Your chin comes on up, allowing the shoulder blades to relax down and back. I'd even like you to go ahead and smile. As you do so, you feel your body relaxing. Take a nice breath in, breathe out, allow yourself to rise on up into a triangle position, literally floating on up into it. You're going to keep an arch in your hips, your chin on up, a smile on your face. Breathe in, breathe out, let that chair slide on forward. That exhalation, everything's so much better. Even now as you exhale, your right hip moves away from the back of the chair, your left hip coming forward. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, relax those hips. Allow that to continue. Squaring up, opening up. More and more flexibility in those hips. Better and better. Stronger, more dynamic. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, your hands come down to the floor. Your left foot slides back behind you. You bring your chest in between your shoulders, your chin on up, and you bring yourself into the runner stretch position. So when I say position, that means I don't want you stretching. I want you to just come into the position. where it's comfortable for you. And then relax, settle down into it. Maybe you find that you can actually go even deeper. You can lift your chin a little bit higher. That shoulder blade comes back. It's not about effort. It's not about pressure. It's not about pushing. It's just about allowing. You can do that for yourself. Even now, your shoulder blade, it shifts back into the back of the rib cage. Your left hip comes down towards the floor. You bring your gaze over that right knee. Your right shoulder opens on up. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out. Release. Relax. Let go. Allow that IT band coming down through the ribs, hip, thigh, knee. Allow it to literally move, shift to the back line. Your pelvis scoops in underneath, opening it up that much easier. You bring yourself back into runner stretch position. You're going to go ahead and exhale, straighten out that right leg. You're going to rotate off to your left-hand side. Go ahead and reposition those hips where they're comfortable. Then you're going to let your chest sink down in between your legs as you exhale. While you're in this position, your head, 10 to 12 pounds. 10 to 12 pounds. Literally, your head is just hanging there. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, that head hangs lower and lower and lower. Feel your spine opening up all that space in between those vertebrae. How cool is that? Let's go ahead and put a bend in your knees. Bring your hands on up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a standing position. You're going to turn your feet slightly outward. Allow your pelvis to continue in underneath. Shoulder blades down back. Chin on up. Smile. Get that pelvis back into that neutral position. Shoulder blades rock back. Bring yourself back to a standing position. Walk your feet on in together. Wonderful. We're going to bring ourselves back in behind our chairs again. So this time we're going to have our left foot forward. Same thing. Use that breath as you exhale. Bring yourself down easily and naturally. Left hip forward. Left foot forward. Right knee back. You bring that pelvis in underneath. Chin comes on up, eyes on up, shoulder blades relax down and back, smiles as you just rise on up into that triangle position. Take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, keeping that arch in your back, chin on up, smile on your face, your chair just slides on out away from you. Once you're horizontal, use that breath, exhale, left hip moves away from the back of your chair, your right hip comes on forward. Do it again, exhale and let things settle. Let things open up. Give yourself more of that flexibility. That simple being. Breathe in, breathe out. Your hands come down to the floor. Your right foot slides back behind you. Your chest comes in between those shoulders. Chin comes on up. Eyes come on up into that runner's stretch position. Breathe in, breathe out. Settle a little bit deeper if you want to. Open up even more so. So we're going to go ahead and reposition that right shoulder blade into the back of the rib cage so it supports us. Our right hip comes in underneath and we look over that left knee. Your left shoulder can open on up, your gaze on up to the ceiling, breathing that much easier. IT bend, once again in those ribs, that hip opening up, your pelvis coming in through. Bring yourself back into a neutral position. Straighten out your front leg as you exhale. Rotating off to your right-hand side. Reset those hips. Anything you need. Lock those knees out if you want. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Let that torso hang down between your legs. That head once again. 10. There you go. 12. Breathe out as it's 14, 15, 16 pounds. Really feel that spine, that whole leg. As that's happening, you bring your right hand over to your left foot. All this is happening in the gentlest, easiest manner possible. You just give yourself a little help, right? Your left hand comes over your right foot as you exhale. Breathing out, sinking even deeper. Maintaining your balance at all times. You bring yourself back to a neutral position. Putting a bend in your knees, bring your hands on up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a standing position. You're going to turn your feet slightly outward. Your pelvis continues in underneath, shoulder blades down, back, chin on up, smile. Put it all back in place. Bring yourself back to a standing position. Walk those feet on in together. We continue on. yoga time. So the same premise, same things that we've been doing all along, that relaxation, allowing the body to move easily and naturally through these different positions. The more that you exhale as you move through this, the easier it's going to be. You can go ahead and enjoy that for yourself, even now as you take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, you bring yourself down into downward dog. Continue that motion, march it on out, feel your body settling on in. You're going to rock forward into a plank position, rotate your elbows in, rise them down to the ground. You're going to push your hands down into the floor, literally pushing your shoulder blades down your back line, and then rise on up into a cobra. That initial setup allows that chest to come through that much easier. Your head moves away from your tailbone. You turn your knees outward if you like, opening up that pelvis or abdomen. Your chest relaxes down in between those shoulder blades and coming together. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, you turn your gaze to one side, the next, forward, all the way on up. Open yourself on up. Relax those shoulder blades together if you can. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, settle all the way down. Now once you're here, lock those hips out. Do whatever you need to do. Make sure things are settled right. You're going to go ahead and bring your chin to your chest. Keep it there. Activate your core. Feel yourself rise on up into downward dog. Wonderful. We're going to shift forward once again into that plank positioning. You're going to rotate those elbows in, rise them down to the ground. Hands by your chest. You push those shoulder blades down to your back line. Rise on up into cobra. Wonderful. Your head moves away from your tailbone. Turn your knees outward if you like. Go ahead, take a nice breath in, bring your gaze up to one side, the next, forward all the way on up. As you exhale, bring yourself all the way down, reset yourself, make sure you're all good. Tuck your chin into your chest, activate your core, rise on up into downward dog. We're going to go ahead into those warrior poses. Your right foot comes up to your right hand. Left foot rotates out. Right hip comes in. Your hand straight back. Activate your core. Rise on up into warrior one. Now once you're here, you literally want to shift your torso back over that left hip. That'll take the pressure off that right side. That'll stop the burning. At the same time, use that exhalation. Breathe out and allow yourself to move into warrior two smoothly and easily. Your hands move away from each other. And then that front hand can flip, bring yourself back into reverse warrior. Use that exhalation. That right shoulder can open on up, open up to that chest line. You're softly going to bring that right forearm onto your right thigh. Your left hand reaches, rises on up to the ceiling. Literally holding up to 100 balloons. Feel yourself just lifting and rising. Your right hand comes down to the ground, feeling easily balanced. And you take a breath in. As you breathe out, your left hand comes up, over, and forward. Activate your core. Bring yourself back into warrior two. You're going to bring your hands down to the ground. Roll down through that plank positioning. Roll through those elbows. Push down, floor, drop the shoulder blades, rise on up into cobra. Relax down, tuck your chin, activate your core, rise on up into downward dog. Left side, left foot comes forward, right foot rotates out, left hip in, hands back, activate your core, rise on up into warrior one. Shift your torso back over that right hip. Use that breath, open up. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring yourself into warrior two. There you go. Do it again. Breathe in, breathe out. Put that front hand back into reverse warrior. Every word I say is an exhalation. Softly bring your left forearm down onto your left thigh. Your right hand reaching on up to the ceiling. There's the balloons again, pulling you higher and higher. Hands come down to the ground. Left hand, that is. Breathe in, breathe out. Right hand up, over, and forward. Activate your core, bring yourself back into warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Come on up and out of it. Wonderful. Grab a quick drink of water. We'll finish up with our mace. Well, yes, maces are a great thing to swing around, throw around, have all kinds of fun with. What we're using these for now is to basically lock in the changes that we made. So we've been straightening ourselves, realigning our body. Now we're going to activate those muscles while they're in the proper positioning, so they'll stay there throughout the day, allowing us to have proper posture, allowing us just to be stronger overall. So by doing so, we're going to make sure that we get that posture locked in for ourselves right here, right now. The way we do that, we pull ourselves right back in that original alignment that we were at the beginning of the program. You go ahead and you activate your lower glutes, which is going to scoop that pelvis into that neutral position. That's ultimately what we're after. You're going to bring your chin on up, which allows the shoulder blades to relax down and back into that back line, opening up the chest so you can breathe. And now you're going to go for backing, which is literally take a nice breath in, and as you breathe out, you'll allow your core to tighten up. Literally, you're letting out all the extra air, the whatever we've been holding on to. It's funny because the more that you breathe out in this way, the stronger your core becomes. It's the only way to actually activate that transverse abdominis muscle. You're doing yourself a great job right now. Find yourself being nice, strong, tight. We're going to take that mace, bend your knees, bring that mace up, back, and around behind you. Now we're going to be running a checklist. Your glutes, chin on up, shoulder blades back, activate that core. You're going to let that mace swing side to side. So literally, you just start off and you're letting the energy carry it, allowing the shoulder blades to relax and drop down into that back line. You're going to let it come to a standstill. You're going to pull it in towards the back of your head. Once again, your glutes, core, chin, shoulder blades. Pulling that mace towards the back of the head, opening up the chest line. Keep your weight back over your heels, your chin on up, smile on your face. Makes it that much easier. Now you're going to reach around back behind, bring that mace on forward. We're going to set up for the other side. So whatever hand was on top is now going to be on bottom, and the bottom hand goes to top. So set it up to the posture. You got your glutes, chin, shoulder blades relaxed. Go ahead, exhale out. Find your core becoming tighter and tighter. Feel everything you want. It's like a corset. You go ahead, you bend your knees, you bring that mace up, back, and around behind. Run the checklist. Glutes, core, shoulders, chin. Let it swing. Let it swing. Let it swing. As you do this, your arms are relaxing, your shoulder blades as well. You just let them sink down that back line. They don't need to be active. Let it come to a standstill. You're going to pull that mace in towards the back of your head. Your glutes, chin comes on up, shoulder blades relax down back. Activate that corset. Find yourself locking yourself easily in this position, extending those elbows on out. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and reach around back behind. Bring that mace on forward. We're just going to hit up our squats to wrap things on up today. So with these squats, we want to make sure that we keep our torso stacked right over those heels. Basically, it's powerlifting that we're doing. You're going to be using your glutes to do all the driving, not the knees, not the thighs. Keep your chin on up, your eyes in about a 45-degree angle. It's going to make things lighter, I assure you. Pull yourself up nice and tall, and as you breathe out, let us begin. Bring yourself down, switching over the other side, and we continue. Now as you do this, once again, you're keeping your chin on up, you're keeping your eyes at that lifted level, you're taking yourself literally out of your body. You bring yourself more into a visual sense. The things that you see, making the things in your body just happen that much easier. It just happens. Using those glutes to bring you up and down. Alright, we're going to do two more just because. Alright, last one right here. Last one, and finish. Alright guys, we're going to put them off to the side. I'll make sure we have time for the rest of it next time. What I'd like you to do is put yourself down onto your mat into child's pose. Hands and knees please. Wonderful. As you're doing this, I want you to notice just how you're feeling in this moment. How well you've been able to take care of yourself. How good you can feel. How you can just be.
Now, as you're doing that, I want you to go ahead and walk your hands over to your right-hand side, opening up those left ribs, all that good stuff. I want you to think about 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that bring a smile to your face, joy to your heart, makes everything worthwhile. Some good stuff, isn't it? Let's go ahead and walk over your left-hand side. Open up those right wrists. I want you to think about 3 things that are going to make today terrific, fantastic, absolutely amazing. We live in paradise. This should be easy. Man, our day should be chock full of it. It's crazy, huh? People wait their entire lifetime to come here. We get this every day that we choose to. Bring yourself back to a neutral position. Bring yourself on up to all 4s. Speaking of choice, daily affirmation time. What do you choose to be? You're choosing it no matter what. You are. We all are. The things we tell ourselves, we're choosing it. What do you really want? When you have choice, what do you choose? Finish this sentence. I am. I am. Anything you choose to be. Repeat it over and over again. Why not? We've told ourselves much sillier things, haven't we? Be that choice. Okay, take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, you relax back onto your heels. Your hands rise on up to the ceiling. Bring all that energy in. You know when to bring yourself right back to that state of gratitude. Grateful for yourself, for taking care of yourself, being here, doing the things you do. All these wonderful people joining you for that journey. Take that nice breath in, breathe out, let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Have yourself an absolutely wonderful day. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And I really am.
So you're on holiday.